All right, so everybody always wants more suspension travel, and there's plenty of things you can play with on the Xpedtion, but I'm going to try out some of these shocks that fit perfectly in the spot of the original sway bar. And once I try these out and see how they work, I'll, move forward with it and kind of give you guys some more info. But basically it takes these sway bar links out and then puts in shocks, little mini shocks in place of it. And it should give me roughly 2 inches more flex in the rear, which should keep my tires on the ground a whole lot more, especially when the front goes over something and starts to pull the back into it. But I haven't tried these at all. I've just started putting them on. Here's what you can look at and see how they look on there. This is not tightened up, but you can see that's in the factory spot, and I'm about to tighten it down. So, like I said, this is a trial and error deal, but if this works out, I'll let you guys know how it goes, and I'll show you right here in a minute what both of them look like when they're on. And here's a factory sway bar right here. You can see this. So, this can't move at all, which once you travel as far as the sway bar will let you up and down, you can't go any further. And with a machine like this, you just about have to have the sway bars. I've got another guy that I've been talking back and forth with, and he's got a 2-seater, and he has tried to remove the sway bar from the front and run the back on, and he said at highway speeds, it was really unstable feeling. And I could see that because you've got all this glass up top. So what I'm hoping for is I can put these on the rear and leave the front the same, and it'll drive just fine. But I may have to, take them off the rear, put them on the front, just see which one works out better. But you guys let me know your thoughts. And like I said, I'll show you here in a second what they look like on both of them. So I'm about to tighten these down. I picked this up the other day, and I just wanted to tell you guys that this works really well. However, if you don't use Milwaukee batteries on it, I've run into this several times, and I bought a few of these because this is what goes in my M18 jacket, but these are just trash right there. There's Power Extra. These work okay for the M18 jackets, which is what's in them to heat them, but on this Impact, it just wouldn't put out torque, and I was kind of upset with it at first because it came with a battery. It came with actually a 2.5, and this is a 2.0. But anyway, it come with a battery, but I had it on the charger, so I tried that China brand one, which they're all from China. But anyway, there's nothing like Milwaukee's own batteries. I know that's a side note, but I use these for taking off lawnmower blades, tightening up bolts on here, taking lugs off, etc. And I've got a Ingersoll Rand one, as you guys have seen in the lawnmower videos. But this one right here works. It's supposed to be more powerful than the Ingersoll Rand one. However, in my use, I'm very leery of that. But I will test it on several things and see. I do like the modes on this and the battery indicator, along with the light in the front, how it works. And this feels way better in the hand. But I'm kind of curious to see if it's more powerful. Anyway, I want to show you this so you can fit this thing in anywhere to tighten these up. But I've got these on here, and as you can see, this is what they look like. And it gives you, just to show you how it works. So on your factory steering, you couldn't, once you had the suspension turned all, like let's say you went off a hillside. Well, this now will let me get it. So see, I've got about 1.5 to 2 inches more traveled now with my steering stabilizer. And as you can see, like I said in the front, with these on, this is what they look like originally. And you see here, that bar that goes up there and connects here and here, it doesn't move. It just flexes in the bar. Well, now this is gonna let the bar flex, and it's gonna let the sway bar flex. Now, I could have made this whole video and could have done all this for nothing, but I'll tell you guys, how it works. I'm gonna take it for a ride and see, but I wanted you guys to see them before I did all that. All right, let's take this down the road and see how it feels. I'll let you guys get my first impressions, because the road is really where it matters. If you're riding in the woods and stuff, you're not really, I don't think that taking your sway bars off would be bad in the woods, but where you run into trouble is if you take your sway bars off and you go down the road and you're at 40 to 50 mile an hour, it's going to let your body rock a whole lot around major curves. You want all the flex you can get in the woods, and if you didn't ride highway at all, look at that light bar out there. If you didn't ride I didn't even have my headlights on. If you didn't ride the highway at all, your light bar, or goodness gracious, your sway bars would be fine off. But if you ride on the highway, you just about in a machine like this, you just about have to have your sway bars and stuff disconnected or connected so that you can keep the body in control. So far, it feels really stable. We're running about 40 mile an hour. Yeah, I may get a set of them for the front. I mean, I can tell a difference as far as how it's letting my rear end kind of pull through with the curve, but it's not so much like right there. I mean, in all reality, if you're cruising down the roads fast, even in these fast as 55, it tops out at 68 mile an hour. And most of the time, you don't want to run that old rubber band at 68 mile an hour the whole time. Now, there's people that do it, but they usually have to replace their drive belt at like 500 hours. I'm not going to take it in the woods tonight just because it's been raining and it's getting closer to people traveling and stuff, and most of my family is either out of town, or not that I would want to bother them to come help me, but so far these seem really well. I'll give you guys some more opinions on them, but let's see here. We're running 55 to 60. Yeah, I like that. It kind of gives you the feel that you can drift better. So far, I think they're a win. In future videos, I will update you guys on these. And if you guys want to get some of these, you can reach out to me. They run about, for the whole set with the bolts and everything, it's about 150 to something like that. 150, 160 bucks. But I could ship you guys out some if you needed some, or I'm sure there may be some other companies working on these right now. But I think this is going to be a huge thing for this expedition, especially in the woods riding and stuff. But I'll show you guys again, like I said, to have the maneuverability in the rear and not be stuck with it only being able to sway so far. This right here is the way to go. And like I said, I've never had these on a machine, but as far as it being able to move and stuff, that right there is going to be the win. And I know there's companies that make these in kits, but I think this is going to be a way cheaper way to do it. And these are actually made for semis. So I'm sure they can hold up to a lot of dust and debris and a lot of weight.